Hello everyone and welcome to round 3 of the 10th season for the Autobeam Championship. This round we had to channel our inner old Italian lady and design the perfect 70s microcar. Important for this round was the cuteness, the practicality of the thing and the size. Well, the lack of size. We only have a little time, so let's start our tiny engines and drive off at sleep-inducing speeds. We start with the Alpine Autonatino Decta Mu. This three-wheeled roofless 1-liter inline-3 33 horsepower machine is small, cute and very practical, especially if you want to get in without opening the door, lower yourself in 3 feet of cold rainwater in the cabin because it rained the night before, and then fall over in the first turn. Good job. Next is the Basework Akida RR Mini. It is small, it has the face of a shrunken Chevrolet Impala from the 60s and it's practical, by which I mean that you can take out the engine and use it to carry around a below average amount of soda. It does 0 to 100 km an hour in 20 seconds dead, which is much slower than my real life 70s Mercedes. And by much slower I mean half a second slower. This is the Belgiab Union Manufacturing Micronus PP7. It's small, it looks like a Chihuahua dog on LSD and it's extremely practical if you want to open the front and rear door at the same time and realize you cannot do that because they would hit each other and then not get in because you can't. And then it gets blown over by the wind because it's a rectangle with 3 wheels. It also has a bigger horsepower figure than the previous car and yet takes 7.5 seconds longer to go to 60. Now we have the Dovetech Automotive DTA Trout BG trim. It's small, scary and practical if you want to scare the neighborhood children away just by driving past. Compared to the previous car, this is lightning quick and feather light. Nice done. Nice job, Dale. Next is the Fright Clutch Highland Goblin. This small, very cute and very pretty and very practical car is a tiny 2-door sedan with the first aesthetics prize and the 3rd fastest lap time. It looks French, but the back also looks Japanese. Pretty thing that. This is the Furrunners Auto Firenze 303-998 Sport. This car is small, not cute, but Soviet cute and practical. Practical in the sense of the roof slides down for easy access for the car ramming in the back of you. The sport badge is deserved because this beast has 42 horsepower. Wow. Now we have the Hamo Cars Pescherano. It is small, cute and practical, as in you can very easily ram into the back of the Auto Firenze with these bumpers. The 37 horsepower lawnmower engine shoots this beauty to 60 miles an hour in 17.8 seconds, and the looks are done by me for the first time this season. So, yes. Next is the Impulse Automotive Alouette 850 Sprint. It scored the 2nd place medal for the automation rating and the 3rd place in aesthetics. It is small, cute and practical if you want a quick and easy death because you can shove your lightweight 29 horsepower roofless 3-wheeled coffin-shaped car directly into the ground once you've certainly crashed it. This is the Mara Motors Tovaresh 1.0. It is small, expressionless and very practical if you want your wheels to double as frisbees for your children. It has a 4-cylinder, which is interesting, and it is also heavy, probably correlated to that. Now we have the Mearns Tuning Automotive MTA Ulbricht limousine. It's not that small, and it's not that cute and practical, especially practical for telling your family and telling... what? Oh, for telling your family to look outside and then see this and be disappointed, because it isn't a limousine, but it's small. Also, it has a 3-speed automatic transmission. Next is the Moravian Motorworks Palcat 3D. It's small, cute and practical, mostly because Citesphone entered the 3D version. If you had entered the 2D version, you couldn't get in. It also has a roof cargo space for all the spare parts you need, probably. This is the Mergia Cars Autobeam Team Anchi Car Sans Permis, but not Sans from Undertale. This car is small, cute and very practical, especially if you own 0 things to bring with you and if you don't want to be alive when you've arrived somewhere. It is also shorter than its own name. Anyway, it also has a 2-speed manual and it's made from concrete, apparently. Next is the Polk Motorsport Fiala P100 Deluxe. This car is very, very cute and pretty, small and very practical. That can be seen by the awkwardly sized pallet on the roof. It has steel weddle frame and a 4-speed manual wall transmission. It's also first in looks, good job. Now we have the Reckless Engineering Coupiet 105. It's kinda small. It's 1990s British Rover, cute and practical. As you can see, it's able to drive onto a curb, which is good. And apparently it is not interesting enough to be photographed around the railing. This is the Solaris Proxima E-50. It is not small, not cute, but very practical. It's big, it has a 1 liter boxer for at the front, and the drive at the back. And it weighs a lot too. On second thought, I do not think this is very practical. This is the Subin FEA69. It is small, as you can see by the fact that it is fitting between these two pillars. It is sad, and it isn't cute, and it is practical, as you can apparently enter American-style courthouses in it. It has a blistering 46 horsepower and costs an astronomical 10 grand. Now we have the Van 23. It's too big to be small and far too small to be a van, but there it is nevertheless. It is also quite cute and very, very practical, not in terms of size, visibility, maneuverability or passenger space, but what cargo space. It is also second fastest. Nobody knows why John Van Wey keeps pulling off this stuff, but none of us are complaining. This is the Turbol Humura 790. It is small, very cute and detailed and practical. It looks cheap but luxe, and for some reason it is able to be moved by its 29 horsepower engine. This car also scored the first place medal in the automation rating, which means it must be good. I like the fact that the suspension is so high, it looks like a dick. Next is the Volcano Motorsport Maxwell Micro. It is small, it looks like one of those saggy old Halloween pumpkins, and it's practical. It's pretty quick to 60, medium light and not that expensive. It's kind of Melvin in the middle there, but that's okay and respectable, so well done. And then, second to last, we have Zack Speed. The TI 136P Male Governor is small and practical, but it's not cute. It has sad eyes, white planks everywhere, and about as much schwung as the concrete it is on. It is, however, not that bad. And lastly, we have the Soon Racing Carina 98. This 32 horsepower machine does not strike me as a sports microcar of the century, but then again, what even is a sports microcar? This car is small, looks very chic, and it is practical, shown once more by the fact that it's carrying a squished pallet. It did not only beat everything in the lap time show-off, but it also did beat almost everything in the automation rating challenge. Good job, Imcar. Now, lap time wise, there can only be one winner, and this round that is Imcar for Soon Racing. He was just over 1 second quicker than John Vanway in his tiny box van, who was in term just less than a second in front of Brothers in third place for Fried Chicken. In fourth is Unusual Infuriation for Zach Speed, who did a whole lot better than previous round. Fifth is for Donut Snail, followed by Suburban, and Smons is in 7th place. Bilo Bilo and Grizzly Dust are in 8th and 9th, and RX-7 closes the top 10 gates by being slightly in front of 11th place. An honorable mention goes to Deltas, who did much worse than previous round. These results have impact on the Drivers' Championship. The top 2 has remained the same. Imcar is in first, followed by Brothers in second. But a miracle has occurred. The team leader of Team Van, who only enters vans, is now in third place, overtaking both Smons, who is still in fourth, and Deltas, who is now dropped to fifth place. Suburban has stayed in sixth, followed by Donut Snail in seventh, who jumped up 5 places. Well done. NDD is in 8th place still, and jumping up an amazing 10 spots is Unusual Infuriation in 9th. GamerMe is the one closing the gates for the top 10 this time, right in front of RX-7's nose. For the automation rating this round, Donut Snail took the crown for Team Turbo, just a smidge behind. In second place is Durmiat for Impulse Automotive, followed by Imcar for Soon Racing. By the way, a look at the jumps for both first and second place, incredible. James is in fourth place for Furrunners, and RX-7 is in fifth for Baseworks, followed by Smons and John Vanway, jumping up 6 and 9 places respectively. Cetasavon is in 8th, and Hertilizer and Reckless are in 9th and 10th place. Grizzly Dust gets a special mention for being 20 places worse than previous round. For the Automation Rating Championship, the top 3 stays the same, with Furrunners in first, followed by Soon Racing and Baseworks. Moravian Motorworks is in fourth, followed very closely by Alpine and Impulse, in a tie for 5th place. 7th is for Hamo Cars, and Fright Clutch took 8th place. Both DoveTech and Turbo are in 9th place for now. The designer round results are here, and they are the following. Potato Man is in first for Pog Motorsport, but so is Brother Man for Fright Clutch, both scoring an 8.3. Next in third and fourth place respectively are Jeremy Ann Man, Clark Man for Impulse, and Row Man for Baseworks, both rising 4 spots. Rising 8 places in comparison to previous round is me for Hamel Cars, which is cool and good. 6th is for Mekon Man for Furrunners, and Mailman Man is 7th for Alpine. Snownet Dale is in 8th, followed by Sessefesvans in 9th, and Care I Am, good joke that, in 10th place. Doing the worst again is Grizzly Dust with 18 points difference, worse finish than previous round. That went well. In the Designers' Championship, things have occurred. Pog is in first, followed by Fright Clutch in second, and Basedworks in third place, who jumped up 3 places. Furrunners is in fourth, Soon Racing in fifth, and Moravian is in sixth place. Team Van is still in seventh, but now tied with Alpine Auto and Hamo Cars. 10th place is for Merja Cars. The round results are the following. Soon Racing won this round, just 1 point in front of Fright Clutch, and Turbo, who are tied in second place. Fourth is Impulse, and in fifth is Hamo Cars with 48 points. With 47 points, we have the tied boys. Team Van and Baseworks are both in sixth place. And then in 8, 9 and 10, we have Pog, Alpine and Rough Furrunners. And for the total Constructors' Championship, we still have Soon Racing in first place. Fright Clutch is in second, and they have changed places with Furrunners. Baseworks, Alpine and Pog are all in the same place as before, being 4th, 5th and 6th. Both Hamel Cars in 7th and Team Van in 8th overtook Moravian Motorworks, who thus dropped down 2 spots to 9th place, staying just in front of Impulse, who climbed 2 spots to 10th. Now it's graph time. You know it ain't the graph time. You know it's the graph. This was it for me for this round. You all did extremely well, and I am proud of you. Except for you, Nev, you disappoint me. See you next week.